Okay, so I like to brag just like the next guy, okay? Don't get me wrong. I love to say, hey, I was right. But this right here, this drama that's coming out of the Atlanta Hawks organization is so beneficial. I mean, objectively beneficial for the San Antonio Spurs.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, so I know there's quite a few of Atlanta Hawks fans. Okay, there's quite a few Atlanta Hawks fans that's not going to be absolutely or very happy with what Spurs fans have to say about this whole situation. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. When we talk about who won this trade, as far as the Spurs Atlanta Hawks trade, I mean, we won't know for sure until maybe 2027, 2028. That's when we could really look back and say, okay, that trade made a big difference. But as it stands right now, today, I would say that the Spurs are exactly where they want to be, but the Atlanta Hawks are nowhere near where they expect it to be. Now, you can sit back and you can look at all of these reports coming out of Atlanta and you can say that this isn't that big a deal, that the media is just making a big deal out of nothing, it's overblown. I don't see it that way. I think it's way too many hints towards something not being quite right with the organization right now. Now, that doesn't mean that they're just going to suck for years on end. I'm not going to pull a DeJounte Murray and say they're going to be trash for the next 15 years, although I will make jokes about that. I'll be completely honest in saying I think that this is perfect for us, and I don't think that the Atlanta Hawks are going to be bad forever, but this just feels as if it's going towards a direction where either Trae Young will eventually have to be traded, or they're going to have to make some huge moves in which the Atlanta Hawks just won't be in a good position, no matter how you sum this up in the next few years. Now, let me say this, okay? Because quite a few Atlanta Hawks fans don't get it for some weird reason. The San Antonio Spurs have Atlanta Hawks number as far as 2025 and out, okay? And that's where I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking about the future in the next few years. This type of drama going down, I just don't see. The Atlanta Hawks are not in a good position to make any moves. John Collins is not where you want him to be as far as how much he's getting paid. So whatever you get for him is not going to be of great value. I'm just making an assumption. Maybe there's some chump out there or some NBA team that does that. Not saying John Collins is a bad player by any means. It's just that he's not matching up to what his contract is. And when you have not enough money to make the moves, on top of that, DeJounte Murray is going to be asking for, and that's why the Spurs got rid of him, because he's going to need some more money. Okay, he's going to ask for more money. There's no way he won't. I just don't see how this team can be cohesive and be a very successful team in anything more than mediocre in the next few years. And I'm talking specifically around the time when we get their picks. And I think I don't think this is definitely the most important thing, the only thing I care about. I can sit here and say, oh, we won the trade, ha ha ha, look at you. And I will do that, okay? I'm immature, I will do that. But at the same time, I do want to look at this in an objective sense and say the San Antonio Spurs are in a great position. So this right here, this is another quote that's coming out of the Atlanta Hawks locker room organization, I don't know, office, I don't know who said this, but he doesn't like the coach. They're talking about Trae Young. The coach doesn't like him, and other players have issue with Trae also. This is an anonymous coach on Trae Young, and there's been quite a few jokes of people saying, oh, it must be Nate McMillan who's the anonymous coach, which is absolutely hilarious. But I'm not gonna just sit here and act like none of this means anything. Dude, all of this drama, it didn't just start this season. As we can see here, this was this season, but the Hawks drama boils as Trae Young skips game after Nate McMillan exchange. They had another coach in which they had got fired, rightfully so, okay, before Nate McMillan took on the job, rightfully so. But at the same time, there was drama there. There was the whole friction between Trae Young and John Collins, which was a whole thing. And then obviously those two had to come out eventually and say, no, we're brothers, everything's all good, only for more trade rumors to come out this season and last regarding John Collins. So all I'm trying to say is, as it stands, I don't think the Atlanta Hawks are going to be in a perfect position in the next few years. This year, will they make the playoffs? Yeah. Yeah, I think undoubtedly so. Right now, you know, they had some injuries and whatnot, so you know you can't harp on that too much. But they are nowhere near where they expect it to be. When you make a move like they did to get DeJounte Murray, and you're grabbing an all-star to go next to Trae Young, you expect way more. Okay, you expect way more wins than what they've been able to garner. And let's just talk about what they gave up. So let's see, DeJounte Murray trade. I can't spell. I suck. I can't spell. All right, yeah, this is what they gave up. They gave up Gallinari, which was nothing for us, and 3 first-round picks. 2 of those picks unprotected, and a third, the third pick is a swap. If we want to, a draft swap. So this is just absolutely ridiculous. And I said at the time of what they got, what they had to give up to get DeJounte Murray, it was an absolute W for us. Now, there was some more drama that came out around the league right after that with the KD situation. And thank God of the timing of this, because if that would have came out before this deal was made, I don't know if we would have got this much. We would have just had to wait, just like every other team in the NBA, for KD in the Nets to figure out what they were going to do. But anyways, that all I'm trying to say is, we, as it stands right now, the San Antonio Spurs are where they want to be. The Atlanta Hawks are not where they'd like to be. And the Spurs were definitely thinking about their future, because Atlanta Hawks do not have much of any money to spend. They don't have many assets to shop around. And the only option I can see, and you know, this is going to be controversial. Plenty of people say I don't know what I'm talking about, whatever. But this is just my opinion. The only option I can see in the near future, if this drama continues, is that you're gonna have to possibly move Trae Young. And if you move Trae Young, Atlanta Hawks are not gonna be a great team 2025. They're just not, okay? 2024 into 2025. They're just not. And the San Antonio Spurs will be able to really get the most out of that pick and, you know, the future picks after that. So this is so good for us. I'm loving it. I love it. Are they a op? Sure. Yes. I'm going to make fun of the Atlanta Hawks, but at the same time, I think that this is really good for our organization. So just wanted to talk about it a little bit. I'll get with you guys later. As always, if you want to support the channel, man, claimthemerchfan.com, link in the description. But until next time, man, bye.